Law might be the best support unit in Anime Last Stand right now. If he isn't the clear number one, he's definitely up there as like a top 3 unit. So if you love Law as a character, you can definitely make him viable in your lineup. So first thing is first, he is a water unit, so he is going to counter fire units. Before we even get started too, you can simply get Law by going to the summer event here. He is a limited summertime unit, so hopefully you are watching this video on time. You go right here, right? You use the red coral, and you have a chance of getting him. A 0.5 chance of getting him. He is a part of the featured pity. So hopefully you roll him. This took me like maybe 7 pities. So it was a lot of red coral farming just to get him. When you finally get him, you have to upgrade him with his first Evo by going to the pirate shop here. Or if you're a Sharkman, go to the Sharkman shop. And you have to buy his mask, okay? His mask will evolve him into his first Evo. Now, to get his second Evo, you have to go to the summer event, and it costs 8,000 coral to get his, I think it's Demon House Sword, right? Yeah, Demon House Sword evolves him to the Ultimate Law. Now, for me personally, I have SSS everything on him, but the main thing that you want is SSS range and SSS SPA. Damage, you don't have to go fully min-max and get SSS, but I do recommend the range and SPA. In terms of the skill tree, you want to go crit on him, because you want the range and you also want the SPA. In terms of traits, if you can get an avatar or glitched on him, that would be good. There's really no difference. I mean, obviously glitch does more damage, but you're not going to be using Law for damage, okay? Glitch is only better because of the slight extra range that it has, but avatar is definitely worth it on him over Overlord because you get 10% more range. I'm going to roll here actually to see if I can get anything nice with the 5 rolls that I do have. I'm just going to probably keep defense for the extra range and negative SPA. Honestly, defense might be better than Glorious and Mystical for him, just because Glorious and Mystical don't give him more range. You're gonna see how I utilize Law later on in the video. He is truly just a support character. I only solely use him for his passives. If you're enjoying the content so far, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to use Starcode Nano when you are buying Robux or Roblox Premium. All right, before I get started on how I would use Law, I just want to show you his whole moveset real quick here. So let's just go ahead and wait until we can place him down. I am farming to get Megumi, so that's why we're doing this act. But as you can see, his base stats, 2 million damage. I mean, I only have Overlord and Strength on him. I don't really care about his stats for real. We just want to go ahead and look at the information provided here. Also, this is what his attacks look like, by the way. As you can see, quick little dash as the first attack. Anyways, you can see right here, Surgical Domain. It has a 3-second cooldown, okay? It's going to count down here. And there were no enemies in range. But as you can see, as soon as it resets, it has a 33-second cooldown. Right here, for some reason, it says every 100 seconds. I guess they just ended up making it every 33 seconds. But it causes enemies in range to walk backwards for 15 seconds. Effective enemies are slowed by 15%, right? And they take 15% more crit damage. On top of that, every 8 attacks, you apply Weaken, Bleed, and Blizzard on the following attack. So that's where you saw the enemies getting a Blizzard effect. And as you can see right here, they are walking backwards too, which is really nice. Surgical Knife. Every 5 consecutive hits on an enemy permanently slow them and drain 1% of their current HP. So those are his passives. He's really good, bro. I love using him just for his passives alone. But let's just go ahead and show you Surgical Domain here, right? Watch. They're going to start walking backwards. You see that? It's really nice, man. It's so nice. All right, so let's go ahead and check out Law's move upgrade. So at 25,000, he gets a thing called Boulder Storm. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like right now. Pretty cool, man. Okay, ALS, I see you. They added sound effects to this character too. So, hey, man. ALS might be putting in some quality time on their characters now. Anyways, 45k for the next upgrade. 108 mil. 162 mil. And then you get Electric Knife at 145,000. And this is what Electric Knife looks like here. That even has sound effects too. Okay, cool little effect. But the important thing is you get room, okay? Teleport all enemies on map to spawn. Drain 15% of their current HP. Enemies are slowed by 50% for 30 seconds. And enemies can only be hit by this ability 2 times. So it's a 500 global cooldown, as you can see. Obviously, I'm spawn killing them, but if I used it right, they would get teleported back into the map. And this is where I would stop from here, okay? Anything else is just for extra damage. And honestly, bro, unless you're doing infinite mode, it's really not worth it. I would just stop here for the room ability because he needs to act as a support character. So 405 mil damage though, if you max him out. Let's compare that to Dio real quick here. Am I even able to max him out? Probably not. Yeah, he's really expensive. But as you can see though, like 405 mil compared to Dio, 30 mil. You can clearly tell Law definitely does more DPS than Dio. And they are both support characters. So Law is really nice, bro. I would probably get glitched on him if you can, obviously, because from how his passive works, you want more attack speed with him, right? With glitch, you get really good attack speed with Glorious too. And that will just allow you to proc Heart Snatch way more. And obviously, it will allow you to apply Surgical Knife way more too. But how I use him, though, is for the surgical domain for the most part. So I'm about to show you how I usually use him. All right, so this is a tier 5 portal. These are really hard to do solo, especially with somebody of my caliber where I don't even have the min-max stuff like glitched and all that stuff. But I'm going to show you how I do it, okay? So first thing is first, I am just going to place down all my units first. Denji is essential to this, by the way. Just go ahead and place them down here. I forgot. We got the speedsters over here. Okay. So once I place down Denji, I'm just going to place down Jiren right here too. These dude's moving at Mach 10 speed, bro. Like, God. Anyways, Madoki's here. And then we finally place down the Law. So once everything is set up like this, right? I'm going to focus on upgrading my units. My cash farm units. Because all 4 of these characters should do the job. Look at this. Law right there. Activates his Blizzard, his Freeze, everything. He doesn't even have Surgical Domain yet. His Surgical Domain is coming up. Bro, these units are going too fast, bro. Like, relax, dude. I gotta upgrade my Denji, man. Surgical Domain popped, and now they are walking backwards, which is good for us. But after I max out my money units, so I want to focus on maxing out Denji. We actually only use Law just for his passives, which come in clutch, as you can see. But Denji is the best progressive unit in this game. And what I mean by that is he's just the best bang for your buck, right? People will say that Gilgamesh is better, but the thing is, Denji is just more cost efficient. So for stuff like this, where there's only 20 waves, Denji is just the best, in my opinion, right? Like, you just get more bang for your buck. Obviously, Gilgamesh is better for, like, those infinite game modes and game modes where there's, like, maybe 30 waves. But when it's a 20 wave game mode, I think Denji is just the better unit here. So I get him up until he gets Chain Drill Slam, and that should be enough. And then I focus on actually upgrading. Let me go ahead and concert here. I upgrade Madoki because her nuke is what's going to save me from this stage. If you don't have Madoki, that's tough, bro. You're going to have to find another way to beat this stage solo. But I'm able to actually use Madoki for her nuke, which is going to be really good for us. So I think I can get away with maybe upgrading my Jiren a little bit, right? Jiren is a really good unit, especially when he overheats, so he does a lot of DPS. And then I'm just not touching Law at all. We don't have to touch Law. Law is not needed to be upgraded. He is just here for his Surgical Domain passive, which is keeping us in the game, obviously, as you can see. Look at that. It's cheese, bruh. I'm telling you, straight cheese. So right here now, 127,000. I think I get more bang for my buck if I upgrade my Jiren here for more DPS. I'm just going to use Madoki here to nuke the map, and boom. Simple. Hey, simple. I like it, man. And looks like they're all water here. Tower limit. I mean, might as well, right? So I'm just using this right here to solo farm Red Coral because I want to get Doflamingo. I want to make a video on Doflamingo, but only if he's good. The only reason why, like I said again, I'm making a video on Law is because I just think he's a good unit to use, right? Like, if I was to replace him with somebody else, I might replace him with Tatsumaki for the slow. I'm actually going to try that out real quick, just to show you if Law is really needed in this lineup. All right, so this is another tier 5 portal. I kept it to light enemies again, just because my last portal was a light enemy, so I do want to make this as accurate as possible. And, I mean, like, obviously, right, with Denji being a dark enemy, he's just going to shred through light enemies faster. So there is a lot of variables that play towards this, right? I could simply just win this just because, I mean, Denji is just a hard counter to these units. Like, look, I don't even have to place down any of my other supporting cast yet, but I still am, right? But like with Denji alone, he's just shredding through these light enemies So at the end of the day, man, I feel like if you do just like Law as a character, just know he's not utter garbage. You can still use him in your lineups. So you need a great DPS unit with him, right? That DPS unit can be Denji, for example, to counter light units. I'm gonna upgrade my Denji now that, oh, hold on. Okay, they are getting past. Hey, bro, wait, hold up. Nah, let me find out. Law was low-key saving me because of the... Wait. Oh, my God. No, this is crazy. Let me find out. Law was low-key saving me because of his passive. See, I'm telling you, that Blizzard passive is nice, bro. I mean, granted, Tatsumaki might not be the best subject to compare Law with, but at least you know now that, you know, an Evo Tatsumaki is worse than Law, in my opinion. Simple. The only person I could really compare Law to maybe is like Gojo. So Law is really creeping into that Gojo territory where people are literally saying Gojo is the best support unit. I would have to compare him to Gojo. I don't have Gojo boosted yet. I only have the normal Evo of him, so it would just be a bad comparison. You people in the comment section, though, can let me know down below if Gojo is better. Dude, I don't know if I'm going to even have enough for the nuke. This is looking scary, bruh. Let's see, man. Hopefully we shred through him. I don't know if this is going to be possible or not. Tatsumaki, you got to slow. You got to slow the boss, bruh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I might as well just upgrade Tatsumaki here because I have no money. We're not going to be able to do it. So sad. All right. Well, anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Law is nice, bro. If you get him, be sure to min-max him to the T. Have him at least SSS everything. For the traits, you don't have to go too crazy. Like I said again, you don't have to use him for DPS. His passive is just crack. All right, I'm out. Have a great day, y'all.
All I gotta do is put my mind to this shit. Goddamn. Cancel out my ex, I put a line through that bitch. I like all my S's with 2 lines through them shits.